All right, guys, welcome back to Outdoor Power Tech. It's been a while, like always. I'm notorious for that, but it's been one killer of a year. Been really busy. We've had a bunch of shops closed down in my area, so I've picked up a lot of business. My son, of course, y'all know he's in the military. He's moved. They stationed him up past New York. I got a grandchild on the way, and me and my wife have been working on buying the house we're living in, and we signed papers about 2 months ago. But anyways, glad to be back. I've been so busy, I've just haven't really had time for YouTube videos, and I got a message the other day that I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, wow, you know, that's awesome. I really appreciate everything, and all of y'all for subscribing, and it really, I guess, keep me back in the gear to start doing some YouTube videos again. I didn't know that many people were watching my stuff, to be honest with you. But anyways, right now, a customer brought this in, an older woman that lives down the street from me. She's had it for a couple years. Let me see what year model it is. This one is a 2016. But she has someone that mows her yard. She bought this new and used it a couple times, and then just put it in a storage building, and it's just been sitting. Her grandson did put some fresh gas in it, he said. It still wouldn't crank or anything, but you know, with it sitting as long as it did, it's not going to crank. So let's figure out what's going on with this. And it is a Troy built TB 110, or the 550EX 140cc Briggs. So let's go ahead and figure out what's going on with her. Never going to have to replace the gas in it, but let's go ahead and see if we got spark. So the first thing we're going to do is pull that spark plug out, so we're not accidentally starting the engine on this. And so we just pull the boot off right here. Sometimes they can be stuck. And it is a 5/8 socket. Pull this off. Let's see what kind of spark plug they got in here. Oh, it's an auto light. Yep, somebody else has been in here and put an auto light in here. I'm a champion guy myself, but anyways. All right, we're gonna plug this spark tester up to here, hook it to a ground somewhere. The muffler will work. If you're at home doing this, what you can do is, with the spark plug out, that's very important, with the spark plug out, you have somebody, and they can even wear a pair of gloves too, hold this right here and have them hold it just on something metal like this, and you pull your bell back up there and pull your string, your pull cord, and see if it sparks. If it sparks, then you have fire, and that's what we're after, the first thing that we're after. But if you don't have anybody do that, then what you can do is you can get a piece of tape, actually duct tape it on here, and have somebody have your phone set up to record like we're fixing to do, and see if it's sparking. But we're going to do this right here. Get this at an angle so we can pick it up on the camera. All right, now I'm gonna zoom in on here. We're gonna pull back on here. And I mean, I can hear it from here. I can hear it sparking. So I know it got a good spark. Y'all got a better view than I did. Okay, so we have spark. So let's put that up. Let's get us while the spark plug's out, let's go ahead and get us a new spark plug. make sure it's gapped at, let's see here, gapped at 30 thousandths, 0.030 on your gapping tool right here. You can put it in straight out of the box if you don't have this. They most of the time have it gapped already from the factory. Main thing is you want to make sure that the tip is open a little bit on it. All right. Get this screwed in. Now let's tighten it. Let's see here. There. Don't over tighten it. This thing has a crush washer on it. So when you get a little snug, I usually just put my thumb on it and push till I can't push no more, and you'll feel that crush washer crush and get tight. And there you go, that's it. You do not want to over tighten it. You strip out those threads in this head, you'll be having to put a new head on it. All right, so we good there, got spark. Let's, I'll go ahead and check the oil right now, but this has nothing to do really if it's firing or not. I just want to make sure it has oil in it before we go any further. Has very little oil on it. And it does have compression. I know that for a fact. So let's go ahead and do this. I bought this for my shop at the beginning of the season. To pump the oil out of all my equipment, or the equipment that comes in my shop. You can buy it on Amazon. And you just put the tube right here. You just put this into where your dipstick goes and push all the way down into the oil pan, and it pumps it right out. You just pump it by hand. And brand is EWK. I think I paid like 60 bucks for it maybe. Might have been a little cheaper than that, I don't know. I'll put a link in the description. But that's what we're going to do. And I'll show you how it works. If you don't have one of these things, which most people don't, I just have it because I do this for a living. Just drain all your gas out, and then turn your mower right here. You can either have somebody with a pan or something hold up against this, and you just tilt your mower over and let all the oil drain out, and then tilt it back, clean everything up, and then move forward with putting oil in, which we'll do here in a minute. Y'all can see that. Yeah. I did have some oil in it. It's barely registering on the dipstick though, but. Oh, I must have been stuck on the bottom of the oil pan. Make sure I got all of it out. All right, let me get me a rag to wipe the end of this. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and take that gas, get the gas out of there also. So we can go ahead and pull the carburetor off. So we know we got fire. Now we gotta make sure we got fuel. The main thing about these newer mowers like this, these newer push mowers, well, all mowers, but especially these push mowers with these plastic carburetors, make sure you run non-ethanol gas in it, and it's going to cut back on a lot of issues that you have with these mowers. Okay, so what we're going to want to do now is you're going to need a 5/16. Of course, take the cover off here. Now I'm using a small impact to take it off. When we put it on, we won't use an impact. We might, you know, drive it down to where it's barely touching, because these small impacts will strip out the heads on these bolts. Let's go ahead and put oil in it. Now I'll do that here in a little bit. We'll put the oil stick back in. All right, let's get this around here so we can see together. Y'all got a good shot on that? Okay, so this just comes off like this, snaps off, and there's your air filter. It's pretty nasty. I've seen way worse, trust me. I've seen them come in my shop where they're collapsed inside like that right there. All right, and you will have 4 screws in here. There's a black one right here, a black one right here. That is 5/16. Set that to the side. I usually put it in the air filter cover so I don't lose them. And then the next one, I don't know why they did this, but it is a 9/32. And there's one right here and one right here. Go ahead and get these out. And we'll set this to the side. That's pretty nasty right there. I'm going to roll this over here and blow all that off and come back. All right, I'm back, got that all blowed off and everything. All right, the simplest way that I do this, just so it's faster, is in your gas tank right here, you have it slotted. And I'll show you. It's slotted right here and right here. And it just pulls straight up. And we'll do that together. And I'll show you how you do it. So what I do is, of course I do it from the other side, but right now I'm doing it over here so y'all can see. Just do like this and wiggle it until it comes out. And there, it just pops right off like that. All right. And then what I do is you just grab the bottom of the carburetor like this and just wiggle it. And it just slides off just like that. It just slides right off. Okay. Now you got 2 pins here. You got one on top right here and one over here. What I like to do is the top one first. So you're gonna want to get your carburetor. Let me see if I can get y'all in here so y'all can see this a whole lot easier or a whole lot better. Sorry for the moving around. Okay, so you can see this pin going into here. What I do is rotate the carburetor forward like this, holding this steady because you don't want to bend it, and then pull the carburetor this way and that pin pops right out. And then this one right here goes down in the hole like this and then comes out that way. So you're gonna want to hold it like this, turn the carburetor like this, and pull it off. That simple. And then your whole unit is out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here to the bench. I'm gonna go ahead and you want to have a pair of pliers and go ahead and take this clip off and take the gas line off of the carburetor. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now so we can have a little bit more cleaner environment. And then just, and it can be hard to pull off sometimes, and just keep working with it. All right, I'm gonna take this over here to the bench. And take you over to the bench. All right, we are over here at the bench now. I got me a little container here that I'm gonna go blow this off with the air compressor just real quick. All right, got that cleaned off. You want as clean as you can get it, cause you don't want no trash getting inside of it. Now I done blowed everything off, but I'm going to still hit with some little bit of carb cleaner, just so it will be more clean. Okay, set this right here. All right, that 9/30 seconds that we used earlier, you're going to use it again on here, because the bottom screws on the bottom of here are 9/30 seconds also. There really isn't much to these carburetors. So, all right. Can everybody see me all right? All right, we got 2 screws right here, and you'll have gas leak out. If there's gas in it, you'll have it leaking out, and it is brown, I can see that. So it has been sitting for a while. Now, I can smell it now too. Yep, you can smell that oil, that gas mixed with water. All right, take this one off, take this one off. Set these 2 aside. All right, we get that. Okay, to get this cover off, I use a small screwdriver to pry it off. Just be very careful that you don't stab your hand, because I have before. So what I like to do is just put it on the bench like this, because when you're doing like this, it's on there tight and you can slip and stab yourself. So I just put it on the bench like this, and you want to get in between here and here. There's a groove right here, and just finagle your screwdriver till the lid pops off like that. And it just pulls off just like that. Yeah, that smells bad. That smells real bad. Okay. Now, because the woman only used this for a season, probably not even a full season. I can't remember what she told me, but she didn't use it much at all. I'm not going to replace this right here, but you can order this, and they do sell them on Amazon. I'll leave a link for you. Replacement. If you're gonna pull this off and do all this work, you might as well just replace it anyways. It's just a couple dollars. I think it's like $8 or something like that. But what you're gonna want to do, what I'm going to do, because I know she don't have much time on it, is I'm gonna get my needle nose pliers like this, and then I'm gonna grab right here, and I'm not gonna squeeze hard at all, because if you squeeze real hard where this ball bearing is right here, it's gonna cause a leak between the plastic and it. So I'm just gonna grab down as far as I can, and then I'm gonna pull it out like so. And there's that. All right. Now I'm gonna clean up in here. Put this right here so y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna clean all this in here. Like I said, there's not much to these carburetors at all. that's good and clean. I'm gonna set that to the side. Make sure that's good. And that didn't smash it too bad. All right. Gonna spray this off. You're probably gonna need to, let's see here. Okay, there's a jet right here that I spray into. And now I turn it this way so I can see if it sprays out there. And it barely is. So that jet's clogged right here. So I'm gonna put this in the center one right here. Oh yeah, there we go. She's spraying good now. All right, that's good and clean. Make sure you wear gloves when you do this. I've been doing this for so long, my hands are old and callous. I still should be wearing gloves. I actually have gloves, just didn't put them on. But you're gonna want to make sure there's a hole right here. As you can see down inside of it. And then there's a jet right here. And you can see down inside that also. All right, now with your carburetor, let me see if I can get a flashlight. With your carburetor, you have a side, down inside of here, you have a side that's up higher than the other side. You see right there on the right-hand side, that circle down in there? Okay, the one that's higher is gonna be for this lower end to go into. So the higher side was right here. So the lower end right here, if that makes sense, because this is going in deeper, this one's not. So you put it in like this, then with both fingers, just snap it in like that, and you're all done. All right, now to put this back on, you see how you have this jet sticking out right here, and then you have your two holes for your cap to go on. All right, you see this bevel right here? You're gonna want it to go, you're gonna want this to go over this jet right here. So like for instance, you couldn't put it on like that because there's nothing over there. The jet's over here. So you're gonna want to put it on like that. Make sure your screw holes are lined up before you press it on so you don't have to use your screwdriver again to get it off. And then press it down. And then we'll get our two screws. Tighten it down. Don't go overboard. All right, let's go back over here to the mower. I'll be with you in a minute. Okay, here we are, we're back over here at the mower. Okay, now when I assemble it, I do a little differently. And you can unhook that gas tank before you pull the carburetor off, if that makes it easier for you. But, okay. So your inlet right here for the gas tank is going to go facing towards the back of the mower. Okay, so this was the last linkage we took off, so it'll be the first one we put on. So turn the carburetor this way. So it's going to be sitting on more like this. With the big linkage on the side's going to go in here. The linkage on the very top of the engine is going to go in this little hole right here. So I'll show you how to do this. So I turn this way, slide this linkage in, slide it like that, get the top one, stick it in, and then we're good. Make sure your breather tube's not in the way. All right, so it goes in just one way, guys. You just line up your carburetor to your inlet to your head, and just slide it on, and there it is. Okay. And then your gas tank. We still got some stuff coming out of there. Make sure your gas tank's real good and drained. Alright, gonna put the gas tank back on. And then I'm gonna get the gas line and put it back on. And if you're wondering if there needs to be a gas filter on this gas line, no. There is a gas filter in the gas tank, built into the gas tank. You wouldn't believe the customers that bring these to me and they're like, it don't have a gas filter on it. I'm like, yeah, it does in the gas tank. They're like, I never heard of that before. Okay, we got all that done. All right. Now, if you did not have spark, then there is a coil sitting right here on top of your engine. If you did not have spark, your coil has gone bad. The magnet on the flywheel, they never go bad. I mean, they might after 80, 90 years, but I mean, I work on stuff from the 40s and the magnets are still good on them. But yeah, if you don't have no spark, your magnet's gone bad, or when you pull your bell back on your handlebars, it's not pulling your clip far enough back to cut off from ground. And I'll show you that here in a minute too. But let's go ahead and get this back on. Your housing, just slide it on like that. Make sure it's lined up right. We'll get our 5/16. And remember, don't put these on with the impact. I mean, you could very easily strip them by hand too. It's just screwing into some real thin sheet metal. They don't make things like they used to. Everything's cheap. I'm telling you, it's easy to strip out this thin sheet metal on these, putting this housing on. And if you do strip it out, like you strip one of these out, when you go to pull your pull cord, it's going to want to tend to do like this right here. And you might get it cranked a couple, 20, 30 times, but then it's going to not want to lay right, and then your flywheel is going to hit it it's going to hit it just the right way one time, and it's going to rip all this off. I see it time and time again. So just take your time. Stuff ain't built like it used to be, but if you do it right, it can still last you a long time. Okay, now we're going to put our air box, the back side of the air box on there, and I'm gonna go ahead and clean that off really quick with the air pressure and be back with that. All right, I'm back. Turn this around this way so y'all can see a little better. Get our screws. We're gonna need the 9/32, and we're gonna need the 5/16. Okay. So when putting this on, you have this spout coming off the back of this. You have a breather tube coming out right here where my two fingers are. You want to get that lined up on it. And it can be tricky sometimes, or be hard to do. And then this only goes on one way. You'll feel it just slide right in. Okay, your 5/16, remember, are the two outside ones. They're machine thread, meaning that they're going to go into metal. Get those tightened up. Don't over tighten them. All right, then the next two is going to be your 9/32. And these are like wood screw, look like your typical wood screw, as you can see right there, because it's going to be just screwing into plastic. The threads are not as tight as the other ones. The first one goes right here. Just remember the two black ones are the two outside, and they're machine threaded, and the two silver ones are the two inside. All right, and then get a new air filter. I'll throw the part number up there for y'all for Amazon. You can get these on Amazon. They're no different than all the other ones, name brand ones. I'm a Stens dealer. And I'm a Briggs dealer. But I tend to get these air filters on Amazon because they're the exact same thing. Exact same thing. But if you want the Briggs part number, it is 593260. And there's another number on here, 653621. I don't think that is Briggs number. I'm pretty sure that's not. Here, I'll check out. See here, 593260. Yep, that first number was right. That is the Briggs number. All right, we got that buttoned up. Let's get these tools put to the side. Let's put some oil in the unit. Just 10W30. It doesn't have to be synthetic, or it can be just straight 30 weight. I have an account with Napa, so I tend to get all my oil through them, especially when they run a special 5 quarts for $19. And of course, that's in my area. Let's get oil in here. If you never put oil in your push mower before, just do a little bit at a time. And then put your dipstick in and check it. You don't want to overfill it. If you do overfill it, you need to get that little bit out because it will make it smoke and then it will blow your head gasket. So let's see here. Yeah, just a little bit more. I probably went a little over just then. That's pretty good. All right, let's get this off the bench. And let's see if she'll fire up. Let's get us some gas in here too, real quick while we're at it. pretty sure she's not gonna use it any this season because the mowing season's over. All right, guys. And never crank your mower on your workbench. That's just a no. All right, I'm gonna set this down without breaking my 41-year-old back. All right, get this out of the way. And fingers crossed, she cranks up. There you have it, guys. 99% of the time when they come in like that, it just takes that to get them back running. They run that smooth. If they've been sitting for a real long time or have quite a few years of use on it, then I do replace that plastic jet on the inside. And like I said, I'll give you the part numbers on it and have all that loaded up for you. And I'm gonna try to start having some more videos. I start to slow down around November. That's why I usually tend to get more out during wintertime. But as the way my work's been, I got a bunch of engine rebuilds coming up. I'm gonna still try to get stuff out. And but anyways, I appreciate it. And the customer's gonna be tickled to death that it's up and running again. And until next time, we'll see you next time, and we'll figure out what we're gonna do. Hopefully it's something a little bit different that comes in. And I just want to say that I appreciate all y'all. Appreciate everybody that has subscribed to my channel. I never thought I'd get to 1,000 subscribers, which that's not, I mean, that's a lot, but you know, as busy as I am and all the stuff I got going on in my life, I really haven't really thought about that much. But I really do want to say I appreciate it. I really do. And hope I can start doing some more stuff, put out for y'all just to enjoy, you know, the watch and stuff like that. Ain't gonna be no Hollywood production stuff, but I can at least show y'all some stuff, teach you some tricks and tips and easy fixes, and we can do some hard fixes and stuff like that. Like right now, I got this Bobcat in my shop, and it has the oil pan seals went bad in it, and I had to I usually pull the engine most of the time, but on this one I was able to take everything off the bottom and pull the oil seal off, and it just came in today. I'm gonna put a new oil seal in on that, and then of course do a full service on it while it's in the shop. And this one right here is the exact same thing. The guy brought it in. I think I serviced this for him about 3 years ago. It's an older gentleman. His rear main, I call it rear main seal because people can relate to what that is, but it's the sump seal, the seal on the bottom of the oil pan that the PTO shaft comes out of. But his is leaking also. So I got that going. And then got a bunch of engine rebuilds coming up. Actually just done an engine rebuild on a small leaf vac. Let me take you out here and show you it. I should have done a video on it, but it's an older one. And yeah, right here. This thing was nasty when it came in. You couldn't even see the orange at all. The white of the engine was just dingy and everything. And yeah, it turned out really nice. Maybe I'll show a video, throw up a video up of it running here in a few seconds. But yeah, I should have done a video on this. I would have enjoyed that. But the guy brought it in. He's like, "You think you can get this running?" I was like, "Yeah, I can get it running for you." I said, I pulled the recoil and had no compression at all. So I told him, I was like, do you want to do a rebuild on it? He's like, yeah. So I thought it was a neat little machine. It's tiny. I mean, it's my hand. I mean, you can see how tiny the unit is. So I thought it was a neat project to work on. And I tore it down and had the engine rebuilt in about 4 days. Now that wasn't 4 8-hour days. Of course, you know, I probably 3 hours on it. But yeah, it's a nice little old machine, old Tecumseh engine. But yeah. Anyways, well, until next time, guys, we'll see you later, and hope y'all have a blessed day. And trying to figure out how to turn this camera around. Probably have to have my daughter. There's usually a button, but anyways, y'all have a blessed day. Till next time, later.